Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Hello. Welcome to episode 6 of Short, Fat, and Balding, a podcast by armchair quarterbacks for armchair quarterbacks. I am Travis, one of 3 hosts who will be navigating you through sports debate for the next couple of hours. We also have Nico.
Pork chops.
And James.
My dad left when I was 3 and nothing's been okay since.
Speaking of things that aren't okay, you should probably talk to somebody about that breathing. Today we are going to talk NFL Week 1 overreactions. Are the Cowboys really that good? And an all-new top 25 in college football. All that and definitely much more on this week's Short, Fat, and Balding. Okay, so NFL Week 1 overreactions. Obviously, it is Tuesday at 9:07 p.m., so we have to talk about how the New York Jets are in shambles. What are they going to do? I think
Hop on the phone.
That could be the saddest. Well, it's the most Jets thing I've ever seen occur. I was like, holy shit, the Jets are the Mets. But also, what do?
You get on the phone, call Tom Brady's agent, and say, how much
Thomas
will it
Edward
take
Brady Jr.
to get here?
I did hear that they called Chad Henne.
Really?
And they also he's retired. And they also called Carson Wentz. And then I bet you guys can guess who called them.
Who called them?
Oh, Joe Flacco probably gave him a shout.
Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, well, they do have question marks at tackle. As long as he can run, or not.
Yeah. So, side note, did you watch the slow-mo?
Oh, yeah.
His ankle?
Of his calf?
Yeah.
Reminded me of Baywatch.
I hate seeing that.
Whoa, come on. Can you elaborate further on the Baywatch thing?
Please.
It was jiggling. Or bouncing, if you will.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you still have the mindset of a 14-year-old teenager. Got it.
Right.
13, but carry on.
13. Okay.
Some respect on it.
That was the first time that James saw boobies. It's fine. Jenna Jameson was a lot of people's first pair of boobies. That's okay.
Yeah, it is what it is.
In one way or another. Yeah.
So you think that if they get like a quarterback that can basically just like keep them in the game, that they're still competitors in the AFC East?
Well, we all know what Breece Hall can do. So honestly, I mean, you have Garrett Wilson, who is probably one of the better receivers in the league. You just need somebody to feed him the ball.
Yeah, he doesn't even care about physics.
I don't think the MILF Hunter is the answer. And
kept them in the game last night.
Yes, but you need somebody who's going to win the game for you.
No. Did you say Zach Wilson kept them in the game?
I no.
No, Josh Allen kept them in the game.
Oh, yeah, no. That was all Josh.
Defense and,
Josh Allen was the MVP for the Jets.
Which, it's week 1. I'm not going to read too much into it. I think the Bills will be just fine. But
Also,
The man's a liability.
Can we just talk about history rewriting itself with the Packers, the Jets, and if it lays out again, we might see Rodgers in a Vikings jersey.
We're not gonna see. They're not getting rid of Kirk. Kirk D. Cousins, the fucking Iceman, he's not going anywhere. Anyways,
it could happen.
You know,
he is incredibly mid.
But he also he's out for the season.
Yeah,
and he's 39.
He's still on contract for next year too.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's on contract.
Well, if he is going to come back to play, he's going to play for the Jets.
Right. And now he's got a whole unfinished business thing. What could have been.
You know what? No. I'm just going to say it. I don't feel bad for the Jets. Okay? You brought in Aaron Rodgers, who complained the whole time he was in Green Bay about how they didn't give him any weapons. And then he comes and he brings Randall Cobb and Lazard with him, who he had in Green Bay. I don't feel bad for the Jets. You took a gamble on a 39-year-old quarterback who, let's be honest, is an injury waiting to happen. He's not Tom Brady, who stretches apparently all day, every day.
He does ayahuasca trips, which are just as good.
He spent 2 weeks locked in a dark room.
Yeah, on ayahuasca, bro.
I don't give a shit what he was on.
He was stretching his mind.
Oh, thanks, Joe Rogan. The problem is they brought him in. Everybody said, "Oh, this is the Jets' years. The Jets are going to win the Super Bowl." The Jets weren't winning the Super Bowl.
Well, people who said they're winning the Super Bowl are fucking idiots. That was never going to happen, but they were going to compete for a playoff spot.
No, exactly. And they probably still can with MILF Hunter, but you don't feel bad for him. I don't. At the end of the fuck it, I don't feel bad for him.
I do.
I don't feel bad for Jets fans. You put all your hope in Aaron Rodgers, who last year was way below average. What were you expecting? At the end of the day, honestly, the Jets weren't winning the Super Bowl.
No, but they were expecting more than 4 minutes this season with Aaron Rodgers.
No, well, yeah, but the Jets fans are acting like they were undefeated and lost Aaron Rodgers in Week 17.
They are undefeated. They're the only winning team in New York right now.
Yeah.
Because of another New York team. Jets didn't win last night. The Bills lost.
The Yankees and the Mets also have under 500 records.
The Yankees are 500.
Okay, cool. That was after today. So what was yesterday?
No, that's after the first game. They're playing a second one right now.
But is that still today?
Yeah, okay. But it's not over yet.
Right, but that's my point, is that they're 500, and they were under 500 when the Jets won. So the Jets were the only winning team in New York at that time.
For 17 hours.
Correct. Go Jets.
Ooh, I don't... Yeah, no. Don't give a fuck. I don't feel bad for them. Shit happens.
Let's switch allegiances.
Now, I have to ask you, James, is this a legitimate feeling toward the Jets, or are you just taking out all of the anger that you have from the absolutely mediocre performance that your multi-million-dollar man put on the field? What was it, 86, 82 yards? Oof, man. 83. That's
First of
crazy.
all, mediocre is a bit generous. Second of all, may be a little bit of both.
Both what? Oh, you don't like the Jets and you're angry about that?
No, I'm angry about that. Don't get me wrong. But honestly, it was one of those things where they acted like Aaron Rodgers was their make or break. Breece Hall is the best player on that team.
Yeah, having Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook isn't really fair.
Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook, Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner.
Dude, that catch by Garrett Wilson. Holy fucking shit.
It's like he just forgot that those other three existed.
It's like he looked Neil deGrasse Tyson in the face and said, "Physics isn't real," and just did what he wanted.
Oh yeah. 100%.
I just sat there, mouth agape, after that catch?
I didn't watch the game after I got home from bowling.
You're actually a terrible sports podcaster.
Yeah, that checks out.
To be fair, if I watch my team get blown out 40-0
On
I
primetime.
don't think I'd watch any more football either.
Yeah.
We have a ton of primetime games too, and I don't understand that.
Yeah, neither do I, because they're the mediocre team.
Tell you what, after last night, they're all getting flexed.
They're all getting flexed.
Oh, the Giants play the Bills in primetime in 5 weeks.
That one will actually be close. I'm sure Josh Allen will keep you guys in it.
Speaking of the Giants and the
so.
Bills, have you ever taken a look at Josh Allen's statistics pre and post Brian Dable?
Yes,
It's unreal.
it is.
Like Brian Dable made Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I wasn't getting too hyped when we fucking made the playoffs at 9-8-1 last year. Yes, Dable is a great coach, but I don't agree with the Giants paying Daniel Jones $40 million a year.
No, that's terrible.
Even if only half of it is guaranteed.
None of it should have been guaranteed because none of his passes are guaranteed to be caught.
It literally should have been nothing but incentive laden.
He still doesn't have a number one wide receiver.
I don't care. It's the NFL.
What do you mean?
Name me in Tom Brady's whole career with New England, besides Julian Edelman and Randy Moss, name me 5 top 5 receivers that he had.
Wes Welker
in the league. Wes Welker was not a top 5 receiver in the league.
Hey, guess what? Did you know if the Giants would have signed Derek Carr, who's a clear upgrade from Danny Dimes,
correct,
to the contract he's at right now, they would have had an additional $11.5 million to spend a year.
On Saquon
You
Barkley.
could have easily... What's that?
On Saquon Barkley.
Probably. You could have gotten another decent receiver in New York. But I don't want to hear any boo-hoos and poor me's. They single-handedly reset the quarterback market for mid-quarterbacks.
I don't want to hear it out of you when your team literally has 2 wide receiver ones on their starting roster.
Well, clearly they didn't show up on Sunday.
Nobody showed up on Sunday.
You know what? No, it's not on T. Higgins. T. Higgins got nothing but trash thrown to him. But
0 catches on 8 targets.
No, that's
You're bound to catch at least
because
one.
of Burrow's calf, man. He couldn't plant.
no,
Yeah, they should have just
I don't-
They should have just shelved
Should've
him until
sat
the
him.
All-Star break.
I don't give a shit if he had 30 targets. None of those passes were relatively well-thrown balls to T. Higgins.
Right, because of his
Higgins
calf.
having 0 receptions.
Because of
It's not
Burrow's
because
calf.
of its calf.
Yeah,
It's not because of his calf.
it is.
It is. He should not have played that.
It's too
Okay.
fucking late. He did.
Reeling
It
us
ruined my
back
life.
to the Monday night game. I'm going to have you guys listen to Josh Allen, and I want to get your thoughts on what he says. So just give me a second.
Hopefully the audio doesn't get intercepted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm going out there and trying to throw interceptions.
Me
Yeah, I
fooled.
guess we'll find out on tape and try to correct it, and got to correct it fast. We got a short week and can't let this game turn into 2.
Could you take us through?
Okay.
I mean, obviously, no quarterback is going out there trying to throw interceptions, but
So you didn't watch the game. James, you did, though, right?
I watched bits and
watched-
pieces.
I watched most of it.
So 2 of those picks were legitimately good plays by Whitehead.
Yeah.
The third looked like he
Fine.
was throwing it to him.
Yes.
Because he was 3 yards behind his receiver. I mean, it wasn't even close.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. It
Oh,
was,
Jesus.
But
not
anyways,
to mention, he also had a fumble, which, let's be honest, the
He-
man fumbles more than fucking anybody.
and he took his eyes off the snap. You could see it in the slow-mo.
Daniel Jones has something to say about that.
They don't. Daniel Jones isn't even a quarterback.
So-
So just
So as a like, so this is a philosophical question where we're going to put you into a thought experiment. Obviously, we know who quarterbacks like Kirk Cousins and Jimmy Garoppolo, what they bring to the table. Like, they're not dynamic. They're not going to change the game for you, but they're also not going to make mistakes very often. I understand that Kirk Cousins had 3 turnovers in week 1, whatever. Historically, not bad. So if you are a GM and you're sitting there and you have the opportunity to, and all you can do, like, don't worry about cost, don't worry about anything like that. All you're focusing on is what the quarterback brings to the table. Do you sign a Kirk Cousins, Jimmy Garoppolo type, or do you sign a Josh Allen?
Whew.
It's like
It's tough.
Yeah, it really is.
Do I have a good running game?
Assume that you have all the pieces that you want besides your quarterback.
Jimmy G.
And yes, I'm signing a mid-tier quarterback.
Hands
Okay.
down. Mid. Mostly because I can rely on the running game and not have to worry about.
But the Bills don't have a running game.
I know. I can't believe they didn't try and get Dalvin Cook.
I thought they would.
I
Or
thought
at
so.
least
We-
have James try and talk him into it.
We just real quick. Whitehead, if Whitehead had more receptions from Josh Allen than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Bills players last night, who all had more targets. The man fumbles and throws picks. That's what he does. He is gifted athletically and can win you games. I just don't trust him.
You don't.
He
You
runs
don't
with the
trust
ball.
Josh Allen.
No.
Okay.
Don't. Not. If I'm going down the field, if it's final drive of the game and I need a touchdown, I'm taking Jimmy G.
Fair enough.
Taking Brock Purdy, who's unproven, to lead me down the field in that situation. Since he's came into the league, has struggled heavily with turnovers.
Yes.
And they seem
they
to
talked
come
about
in
that
spurts.
in the pregame. Like,
He
he has
said
80
like-
turnovers in 3 years.
Yeah, they come in, but
He's got 89 or 84 turnovers since he came into the league.
Really.
Yeah, since
So
2018.
that's like kind of like that. That's why I presented this thought experiment, because like he's very bipolar. Like, yeah, you're gonna have a game like you had last night, but also we all watched that Kansas City Buffalo game, man. That was unfucking believable. Like 2 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah. Oh, and that's
Yeah.
the thing. He can win you games. He can single-handedly destroy defenses. Or he could throw 12 interceptions and tack on 6 fumbles on top of it.
Right.
You don't know what you're getting.
Right.
And that's at least with Jimmy G, right? He may throw 10 picks on the year. He may only have 20 touchdowns.
Right.
Or Josh Allen can throw for 50 touchdowns, but he's going to have 42 interceptions.
Right.
All right,
You know what
let's
I'm
not
saying?
exaggerate that too much.
Right. I mean, I get where you're coming from though, like, cause like, yeah, it's what I say about Kirk Cousins all the time. Like, nobody ever talks about Kirk Cousins, but every single game he's going to give you 250 to 350 yards, probably 2 touchdowns, maybe a pick. He's 2-to-1 touchdowns to picks, and he's good. He's good for those statistics. He's just going to trudge down the field, bend don't break. I mean, he's not great in the red zone, but at the end of the day, if you have a decent running game, you don't need to be great in the end zone, because the O-line's going to push everybody out of the way, and you're going to get in there anyways. So I agree with
Kirk Cousins.
What's that?
Kirk Cousins on Sunday. 33 of 44, 344 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Yeah.
That's what you're getting.
Yep.
And
And
I'm
17
taking
points.
that. And a loss to
If-
Baker Mayfield.
If you told me that Kirk Cousins had 350 yards passing and Justin Jefferson had 150 yards receiving and the fucking Vikings lost 17-20, I'd be like, they're not the same game. Those stats didn't come from a game where the Vikings lost 17-20.
Yep, they did.
I got 50 something points from the two of them combined in my fantasy league.
I don't want to hear it. I played fucking Tua in our BS league.
Ooh.
Or not Tua. No, I'm glad that James sat Tua this week.
Yeah, I played
Because
two and
he
they set him too. Because they had
he
Joe
fucking-
Burrow.
He fucking had Tyreek Hill. And in our league, if you have over 200 yards, you get a 50-point fucking bonus.
I had
Game, I had that game clear in the bag until
Tyreek
that
Hill.
last touchdown catch. Yes, this one right here.
The shit.
Oh,
The one with
I
Joe Burrow.
lost. Man.
Yeah, I lost
Yes,
this.
I
I
got-
lost this week. Look at our matchup. We
Beat Nico even starting Joe Burrow. Holy fuck.
Oh, I
Tyreek
just
Hill.
barely lost.
I lost by 40.
And I didn't even draft.
Nobody did except for the guy you played.
I know. So I guess I'll take it. You guys want
I'm not going to lie to you. I almost started T. Higgins too.
Really?
It would have been.
You guys want to see
That would've
something
been
absolutely
fucking-
ridiculous? Wait till you see
What?
this. This is fucking hilarious.
You won 180 to nothing.
I won 180 to nothing. I got Kirk D. Cousins. Fucking I gotta get rid of J.K. Dobbins now, but I had him. Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, and the Cowboys defense.
What? How did he put up
get
0 points?
Because you get negative for his defense.
negative
What defense
40.
did he have?
He had the Vikings defense.
Jesus Christ.
Negative 54 points.
You get negative for your defense.
You can,
It's a messed up kind of league because I don't. There's a way to get the scoring breakdown. Because he ended up with negative 37. So
Jesus.
he scored 37 points, but then ended up losing them all there.
This is quarterback.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, his quarterback
that'll
was
do it.
Joe Burrow. He had 2 on the bench, bro. Not great. But
We're not going to talk about the Bengals.
James.
no.
Travis,
We
go
are
back
going to talk
here.
about the Bengals.
Go back to your other screen real quick.
This one?
Yep. Go to our fantasy league
Yep.
and look at our matchup.
Okay.
Mine and James.
Gotcha.
I had him beat. Until he put up 94.5 points.
Tyreek Hill.
94.5 points.
Oh, that's fucking brutal. He
I
had
started Joe Burrow on all my fantasy teams. Have not checked. Assuming I lost because most of them I couldn't snag Jamar, so I grabbed T.
Yeah. See, my mistake was starting Jalen Hurts over Kirk Cousins. I knew I shouldn't have done it.
Started Lamar Jackson over Justin Herbert.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Why wouldn't you just put Lamar in the running back spot?
Because you can't. He's listed
Damn,
as a quarterback.
Christian McCaffrey, have yourself a day. Holy shit.
Yeah, he had himself a day.
252 rushing yards, a 1 rush touchdown, and 17 receiving yards. Oof.
Plus, he
Anyways.
also had fucking Aaron Jones.
So let's go to and oh, we probably should have started there, but whatever. We're gonna work our way backwards, so we'll end on that point. So the Sunday night game, Nico. I know you don't want to talk about it, but
I do not.
we have to. We have to.
We don't.
We have
We
to.
don't.
We do.
We don't.
It's
No, we don't.
It's a requirement.
Ugh.
All right.
How much of that was a fluke?
So much of what?
The game. Like,
The-
there's
the
no
drubbing?
way the Cowboys are 40-0 good. I don't care. Dak
No.
Prescott's not 40 points good.
No.
I believe their defense scored most of the points. No,
Their
Maybe.
defense scored. I'm pretty sure their defense scored. Their defense had 2 total touchdowns. So, yeah.
so that would make Dak.
Dak Prescott went 13 for 24 for 143 yards.
Mhm.
That's terrible. That's not a good game. 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Tony Pollard had 14 carries for 70 yards and a touchdown, and Kevontae Turpin had 3 carries, 14 yards and a touchdown. No receiving touchdowns. Let's see. Yeah, so that means the offense was good for 21 points out of the 40.
Yes, and the defense was good for
The
14 plus the.
Well, how many did they kick? How many field goals did
They
they
had
kick?
two field goals.
Yeah, 1 interception for a touchdown. And was there a fumble or was it a block field goal?
Block field goal.
Yeah. Jesus. That's a fluke.
It has to be.
Like, legitimately, minus the defensive mistakes. Like, this is really shocking to me because I didn't really watch much of it. I watched the first half, saw what was happening, and then went and played Starfield. But
I went to bed.
now, do either of you listen to, like, sports radio?
No.
Some, yeah.
Dude, people are, like, anointing Dallas as, like, the most complete team in the NFL, blah, blah, blah. I'm looking at this offense, dude. No offense, Nico, but the Giants' defense is probably like a top 15 defense. They're not a top 5 defense.
I'm not saying they're top 5, but I think they're top 10.
But for Dak Prescott to basically have 52% of his passes completed with an average of 6 yards and no touchdowns, a QBR of 72.6, you're going to tell me that that's the most complete team in the fucking league?
Look on the other side. Daniel Jones had a QBR of 8.4.
God bless him. He did his best.
Oh, they even brought in Tyrod. I
Yeah.
went to bed before that.
15 for 28, 104 yards, 2 touchdowns. Or 2 interceptions, sorry.
No, 2 interceptions, yeah.
But, like, so they had 265 total yards of offense. And you're going to sit there and tell me that that's the best team in the fucking NFL?
And the Giants had 218. It's not like they're...
They had 171.
That score is not indicative of the game.
No. What really is the problem in New York is their offensive line.
Yes.
Their left side is great. The left side is great. Evan Neal, get your shit together. John Michael Schmitz, yeah, you're a fucking rookie center. You made some stupid mistake. But he's going to get it. He's going to figure his shit out. Evan Neal, do something other than what you've been doing.
Yeah.
He, like, John Michael Schmitz, he's a 3rd round pick. I think. Maybe even a 4th round pick. I don't know. And he showed flashes of being a fucking 21-year-old rookie.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to. Especially against the Dallas. The Dallas front 5 is intimidating. I don't care who you are.
Oh, well, yeah.
So I don't have any issue with John Michael Schmitz at the moment. But Evan Neal, you had it figured out at the end of the season last year. You went back to week 1 of your rookie season. Do better. Sorry, not just week 1. Week 1 through 10. Do better.
You tell him.
Right. So Rams Seahawks.
Rams Seahawks. I took away from that Geno Smith is who we thought he was.
Yeah. Yep.
Didn't have a great game. And honestly, what's funny about that is like the Rams aren't even trying to win football games.
No.
And they just decimated the Seahawks. Made them look
They
fucking...
had 426 yards of total offense.
Right. Matt Stafford had 334 yards.
Yep.
I mean that.
I mean, do you think the Rams are back, or you think it was just
No. I think
porous
Absolutely
for
not. They aren't
Seahawks
back.
defense?
the Rams aren't back, and the Rams don't want to be back. They're like in like a rebuild.
Yeah, they're the Seahawks are a long ways away from what they were when they were the Legion of Boom too. So
Yeah, I mean the NFC West is really San Francisco's division, and it's not even close. I mean the other team in that division is the Cardinals. You got the
They do.
Seahawks that'll probably finish the season 9-7. The Cardinals don't even want to get a win. I'm pretty sure they want to go 0-17. And the Rams are probably like a 3-5 win team. I think it was just kind of a situation where they matched up and Geno Smith is rusty and they don't have Cooper Kupp for 4 weeks at least. The Rams.
This is totally off topic, but I think for the first time this year, Carlos Rodon didn't allow 17 earned runs.
Good for him. That was a waste of money for the Yankees. But yeah, I mean outside of that, I mean going into the old box score here. Yeah, you got Geno Smith for 16 for 26, yards. 112 yards and a touchdown. 2 sacks, a QBR of 44. Whereas Matt Stafford was 24 for 38, 334 yards, no touchdowns, which I find odd.
They had all theirs on the ground.
Yeah, Cam Akers and Kieran Williams. They had 2 receivers with 120 yards, though.
119 exactly.
Yeah.
Tutu Atwell and Puka Nakua.
Yeah, Puka Nakua. What a name.
That is a name. And I'm not going to lie, I just drafted him on my waiver wire, or I just picked him up on the waiver wire.
Of course you did.
Puka
He's
Nakua,
he's a rookie, undrafted rookie, right?
Yeah.
He's
fifth
a
round
rookie.
And he had 15 targets or 15 receptions.
15
targets,
targets, 10 receptions, 119 yards.
It's actually a solid move.
And then
too.
I mean, for as long as Cooper Kupp's out, yeah.
And then Tutu Atwell, six receptions on 8 targets for 119 yards.
Yeah. I mean, overall, I mean, it's one of those things where I'm pretty sure the Rams are bad, but who knows? Maybe these rookies just outperform their expectations and they end up being competitive in the NFC. I mean, we all know outside of the Eagles, Cowboys, and 49ers, the NFC is really up for grabs. So if you put together an okay season, you're going to compete. Jumping to probably the most entertaining game of Sunday, and that's the Dolphins and the Chargers.
What a shootout that was.
Yeah. That was a really fun game to watch. I would never in my life thought that Tua Tagovailoa would put up almost 500 yards of passing offense.
466 yards after being asleep for 90% of the year last year.
Right. And people are like, I'm talking about how good the Finns could be and stuff like that, and everybody wants to say, well, can Tua stay healthy? It's irrelevant because that doesn't make the Finns not good. It just means, like, if Tua's healthy, the Finns are going to be one of the top teams in the AFC. Like they probably win the East because if anything's shown itself over the weekend, it's that the Bills probably aren't there in games where they have to be. Like if you get into a shootout with the Bills and the Dolphins, Josh Allen's going to make a mistake. I don't think Tua will.
It also helps he's got Tyreek Hill, the fastest man
on Earth.
Pretty sure on the face of the planet, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, seems on brand. The only question is that Dolphins defense going to be able to hold up against a better offense than the Chargers?
You mean a better defense?
Yeah, a better defense. No, is their defense going to be able to hold up against a better offense?
A better offense than the Chargers? I mean, the Chargers are probably top 5 offense.
Yeah, easily. But they still got to play, depending on what happens next week with Burrow, you still have to play the Bengals and the Chiefs. Granted, both their offenses, I don't want to use the word sputtered because it feels...
You think the Bengals offense is better than the Chargers offense? I don't.
You are incorrect.
Do.
You are incorrect.
I don't think so at all.
And if you take away recency bias with
No.
what happened
I would say going
Sunday.
into the season, I wouldn't have said that. I think they have the better quarterback, which gives them an innate advantage. But I think when you put pennies to pennies and stack up the entire offenses against each other, the Chargers' offense is deeper and better than the Bengals.
I think the Bengals have a better quarterback and wide receiver room.
I don't think so. I think their top two, like I would put Keenan Allen against T. Higgins, but I wouldn't
Easily.
put him against Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, obviously, they're wide receiver ones on whatever team they go to, and that's far and clear. But when you go to the Chargers and you've got Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Quentin Johnson, plus arguably a top two running back, and he's not number two.
Yeah, and Austin Eckler.
Yeah. Plus Joshua Kelly, the more run you over type of back.
Right.
I
Like
think the
I don't
Chargers
want
have
you to
the
take it.
better offense.
I'm not shitting on the Bengals. The Bengals have a good offense. I just think that the Chargers get underrated because they're the Chargers and they can't stay healthy and they have bad coaching. Like Brandon Staley's probably the worst fucking coach in the NFL. He just looks good because the Chargers are so talented. I think the Chargers on paper are probably the most talented team on offense in the league. Their defense needs work, but on offense, I mean, there's you can't really there's offenses that are as good, but there's not an offense that's better.
But the point I'm trying to make is, if every game they have is a track meet, how are you going to be able to win every single one or how are you going to be able to win those games? Because you can put up 40 points, but if your opponent's putting up 41, it don't mean shit.
Right. And quite frankly, we've seen.
I don't think they can sustain every game being a shootout. I don't think that's sustainable at all.
We've also seen historically that teams with absolutely ridiculous offenses with no defense, when they go up against a team that has a really stellar defense and I wouldn't say mediocre, but like a good enough offense, usually 7 out of 10 times they lose that game because the other offense is good enough to put up enough points to beat them while the defense slows them down.
Yeah.
I mean, think about how many times in Super Bowls they get there like, oh, the best offense versus the best defense. The best defense almost always wins that matchup.
Defense wins championships.
That's why the Giants won those 2 Super Bowls against the Patriots.
Right, because they held the Patriots in check, and then Eli Manning did just fucking enough.
Just enough, yep.
And that's all you need. So I mean, that was definitely a really good game. It was great for fantasy people who owned pretty much anybody in that game. Going to the Broncos and the Raiders. Dude, honestly, Russell Wilson's trash.
There is a running joke in social media right now because of last year where he didn't have as many passing touchdowns as he has bathrooms in his house.
Yeah.
So it's going around already and they're doing trackers for him.
Honestly, like the whole let Russ cook thing, like Gordon Ramsay wouldn't let him.
No.
Yeah. The thing with
Broncos country is riding right out of the country.
Yeah, Broncos country, let's fall.
Right off a cliff.
Yeah.
So my question with this is was Seattle's success just the defense and Coach Carroll? And Russ did just enough?
No.
You're forgetting a really important factor.
What's that? Beast mode?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I'm saying.
Well,
did Russ do just enough in Seattle to paint himself as an elite quarterback?
I think so. When you're going against defenses that have to put 8 guys in the box, that opens up the passing game. You know.
Yeah. It just makes me question it because
guys like Doug Baldwin and Tyler Lockett.
Right.
It just makes me question because You know, when Russ went to Denver, my initial thought was, all right, Denver's going to be a good team for the foreseeable future. Was Russ always this mid?
Yes.
Yeah. And he owes a lot of that to Jimmy Graham was there for a while too.
Right. Russell has never had to. He's never had to orchestrate an offense the way like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, like those guys have had to orchestrate an offense.
He's never had to be the man.
Right. He thinks he has, but he never has.
He got painted as elite for what, a good 4 or 5 years there.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, but also, if you remember correctly, that division was fucking dog water. I mean, what was it? His
That's true.
second year in Seattle, they got into the playoffs at 7-9.
Yeah.
He was, yeah, but you got to keep in mind he was one terrible play call away
From getting back-to-back
beating
rings.
Tom Brady. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I was there. I'll never forget that day. But
Yeah.
yeah. I
That-
still don't
You
know how
have
you.
Marshawn Lynch on your team. How do you not hand him the ball?
but that also
I get the
once
thought
again,
process though, because they were thinking
no,
for sure
no,
they
you don't get
thought
the thought process.
they for sure thought that defense was prepared for Marshawn Lynch to catch or
Yeah,
run
and
that
Marshawn
ball.
Lynch had to go a half yard.
Marshawn Lynch. I watched Marshawn Lynch drag a dude 25 yards down the field. You
No.
mean to tell me he can't run someone over for half a yard?
No, if they turn around and hand that ball to Marshawn Lynch, they're Super Bowl champions. But here's the thing. I think what the thought process is we have to trick them somehow because they're coming for Marshawn
Did
Lynch.
you not watch the documentary?
Which is
James?
no, I didn't.
The thought process was they didn't want Russ Russ wanted to be the guy. That was the thought process. The only reason
Yeah,
they didn't
he
hand
wanted
that
to
ball
be the
off is
hero.
because Russell Wilson wanted to be the guy.
Oh, he ended up being the guy.
Yeah,
It cost him a Super
On the
Bowl.
wrong side of it.
right. And that just goes to show you, because think about it. If you think about it, even if that's the call, if the call is that quick slant, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, any of the greatest quarterbacks that we've witnessed in our generation of football, they're checking to handing the ball off to Marshawn Lynch. They're not passing it.
Yeah.
At the
I'm
half
not
yard
throwing
line,
that ball.
if somebody calls that call in, they're literally going to turn their fucking headset off and be like, didn't hear it. That's a stupid fucking call. Marshawn, are you ready? Like, because they want to win. Russ wants to win and he wants to fucking be the hero. And that just tells you he's not elite.
Fair.
And he also is toxic in the locker room. One of the reasons he left Seattle is because people were so fucking sick of his shit. That's the reason the whole Legion of Boom broke up.
Oh, was he the reason?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Sure. What's his fucking name?
Richard Sherman?
Richard Sherman. Like when he left Seattle, like just let loose. Like Cam Chancellor talked about it,
Cam Chancellor, yeah.
in some like biopic or something like that, and a couple other people were talking about how he's just a fucking he's me, and they didn't like it.
I can't say I blame him one bit.
No. Team sport. You got to have somebody who's willing to sacrifice for the team.
Right. I mean, as much as I hate Tom Brady, he never got paid what he was worth because he always wanted team-friendly deals.
Yeah.
There's another quarterback I wish that would have done that. All right. So it was nice. Honestly, I'm glad to hear that when Aaron Rodgers left Green Bay, he just handed the keys over for owning the Bears to Jordan Love.
Yeah, 3 touchdown pass. I mean, it is the Bears, and historically the Packers own the Bears, but
Did not see that one coming, honestly.
really?
It's
Really?
exactly what happened. It's exactly what happened when Favre handed the keys to Rodgers. He sat and played second fiddle for 2 years. He left and went to the Jets, and now the quote unquote rookie has his shot.
Right. Red
No,
shirt rookie.
Hmm?
I said red shirt rookie.
Yeah.
I didn't see Jordan Love coming out and putting up 3 tutties.
It's you
People
know why that is,
people
James? It's because
eye on him for a long time.
yeah, you probably don't remember what he was out of college. Like he has that in him. He's always had it in him. It's why there was so much drama when Aaron Rodgers was like falling off the curtain or falling off the cliff. Like people were like, bring in Jordan Love, and they're like, no. But like that's what he's capable of. It's what he's always been capable of.
Yeah. It's never been a secret.
Yeah, I watched him play, what was it, once last year, and he was not good.
Was it in garbage time against a great defense?
I don't remember exactly what game it was.
I can almost guarantee that was the case.
And I can almost guarantee that there was like no prep time. Like it was like something where they were like, "Gotta go in there quick."
Yep.
That could have been it.
But anyways, the Bears are continuing to be who we thought they were. And the Packers are going to surprise people.
Them as a playoff team this year.
What's that?
I said people were pegging them as a playoff team, and like draft boards had Justin Fields going off the board in the top 10 of quarterbacks taken.
I don't get that, man. The kid can't throw a ball.
He can't.
He's just a worse version of Michael Vick.
Yeah, and not left-handed.
But the one thing I know we're talking like some overreactions, but I don't think it's an overreaction to say that the Packers will probably compete in that division. The Lions aren't going to walk away with it, that's for sure. I mean, Minnesota's not going to have 13 wins again, that's for goddamn sure. But
yeah, considering Minnesota lost to Baker Mayfield.
Right. I still think that the Lions are the team to beat in the North, but I think the Packers will compete. Ravens Texans. What I learned from that is that Lamar Jackson probably should have played in the preseason.
Yes.
And that J.K. Dobbins is really sad.
Yes.
And
the Texans are still the Texans.
That's his second season-ending injury, isn't it?
I don't know, but it's wild that it's two torn Achilles in week 1. I don't even remember that being a common injury.
No,
not really.
Like ACLs all the time, but Achilles, man, that's just fuck. Ouch. Although I have to admit, watching Aaron Rodgers made it look not so painful.
Yeah, when he went down, I was talking to my wife, and I was like, I don't know. I thought if he would have torn his Achilles, he wouldn't be standing up on it. Because he stood up and walked around for a second, and then he just sat down. Like he didn't like collapse. He didn't grab his leg. He just sat down and grabbed his leg, and I'm like,
sat down and like looked almost frustrated.
Yeah.
And then got helped off, and then they got the cart.
Ayahuasca.
And then when he got in the cart, he like jumped into the cart.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like it's but the last time I remember seeing a torn Achilles was when Kevin Durant tore his Achilles, and that was in the middle of a crossover, and it just looked way worse. I guess maybe that's probably why I'm associating it with like a shit ton of owies. But
very well could be.
I don't know. I didn't see J.K. Dobbins react to his injury either, so I don't know.
What did he do?
He tore his Achilles.
Oh, Achilles.
Also tore his Achilles, yeah.
Jesus. I don't know. Maybe that'll be the new thing this year.
It's weird. If I had to pick one, dude, I'm picking the ACL. The Achilles just sounds terrible.
It doesn't sound like a fun time at all.
Not gonna lie, the fact that you can hear it pop.
Yeah.
Really.
Because it's so tight. Oh my god. I gotta move on. We gotta move on.
All right.
Commanders Cardinals, battle of the dumpster fire teams. The Cardinals almost blew it on their quest for 0-17.
Who's their quarterback?
Sam Howell, I think is his name.
No, that's the Commanders.
Oh.
It is Joshua Dobbs.
Yeah, could you point him out in a crowd?
No.
Oh, absolutely. I could.
Poor Zach Ertz, man.
Poor Zach Ertz.
Bring him back. I miss him.
Poor Zach Ertz. Like, don't get me wrong, Dallas Goedert, cool, good, but how do you let Zach Ertz walk when he meant so much to the city of Philadelphia?
He cried.
It tore him apart to leave.
Yeah, he cried. I cried. Don't cry now. I get emotional.
Oh.
The hell? Bring Zach back.
Put it on a t-shirt.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to spend much time in this game because it was terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't a good time.
What do we got left for this week?
We have basically the 1
Quite a
o'clock
few.
games. 49ers busting the hinges off of the Steelers. Kenny Pickett
Saw that
looking
coming.
terrible. Brock Purdy not looking terrible, but then again, Shanahan's offense is plug and play. So is Purdy good, or is Shanahan a great coach? Probably the latter.
Another
Purdy's
Russ
shown that he
situation.
has-
Derek Carr won a game. Good for him.
and threw 300 yards.
Yeah, 305 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. The Buccaneers, I don't. Honestly, that's more the Vikings than is the Buccaneers, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The Vikings lost that game. They had so many opportunities. It was a weird bend don't break day. Like they would like go down the field, just marching down the field, then they'd get inside the 30 and turn the ball over. It's fucking ridiculous. Did anybody watch Jags and Colts? I know that James, you have Sunday Ticket like I do.
I did. I
watched
was watching it.
maybe
With Sunday
5
Ticket.
minutes of it.
It was so weird because like it was such a close game, and then in the fourth quarter, Trevor Lawrence was like, "Oh, that's right, I'm good at football." It was fucking wild.
I watched it on Red Zone.
Trevor Etienne, also
Travis.
good. Sorry. And then Calvin Ridley, good for him. Good comeback story.
Good for him, yes.
Honestly, though, Anthony Richardson didn't have that bad of a day.
No, he didn't. For a rookie quarterback, he did really, really well, and he looked poised, and he looked under control. I think that the Jags are just so much more talented than the Colts that they pulled away, but I also think the Jags could have won by a lot more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I think the
Still,
Jags
I mean,
should have
you
put
look
40.
223, 1 tutty, 1 interception, and then 10 carries for 40 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
I'm
he
not
hadn't
going to
felt a
complain
good
about
day.
that out of my quarterback,
Did you
especially
see-
a rookie in his
Especially not as
first
a
game
rookie, yeah.
of all that.
Did you see
Although
the heartfelt
Hayden
clip of him?
Hurst- No.
He
The what?
So Anthony Richardson is like a really, really humble guy. And there's a video going around of him like thanking random staff, and he walked up to one of the guys in the chain gang and like gave him a handshake and said, "Thank you, like you did great today." And the dude's just glowing. He's like, "Did you see he thanked me?" I was like, "That's so fucking cool, man. I love nice shit like that."
You know what? Shit like that makes me want to root for him so bad.
Right. Just a good guy, you know?
Cincy, just trade Joe.
Trade Joe Burrow?
All right, so
You heard it
we
here,
got what?
folks.
Panthers, Falcons?
Bruh.
Yeah, we got
Panthers, Falcons next, right?
Panthers,
Are we
Falcons.
just gonna glance?
No, we don't. We got Browns, Bengals. We gotta talk about Deshaun Watson throwing the single worst interception in NFL history.
It looked like his arm. It looked like his arm was just a plate of wet spaghetti.
And they still won by 21 points.
Joe Burrow with the all-time
game.
All-time stat line.
Let's read the stat line here. Just to
Oh,
put
yes,
James
please.
through it. Joe
Still
Burrow,
put points on the board.
14 of 31 for 82 yards, averaged 2.6 per pass, 2 sacks, 15 yards total, giving him a total yardage of 67, and a QB rating of 20.3.
Ego, I hear you laughing. What was Daniel Jones's rating? It was single digits.
Yeah, it was single digits because he threw a pick and lost a fumble. That was the only thing different.
I'm choosing to take a positive angle and look at it this way.
Here's what's even more wild, James. Right? The fucking they tied, like they got turnovers. Like I don't understand. What
They had a turnover.
Yeah, is Myles Garrett just that good that you guys couldn't do fuck all? I mean, come on, you got to be a little pissed off. Myles Garrett's literally there practicing crossovers in the field before sprinting and getting a sack.
First of all, he
Yeah.
didn't get that sack.
Either
Somebody
way,
else did. Honestly, I think Myles Garrett is always an issue. That's why I picked him Defensive Player of the Year, because no matter who he plays against, he's going to be an issue. They have another guy, I think it's Zadarius Smith,
Yep.
no,
did he have a sack?
yes,
It's Darius Smith. He's two
Yeah.
under
Zadarius
Garrett.
Smith.
Here,
Yeah, he
4 QB hits. Yeah.
was living in the backfield.
And they have Delvin Tomlinson. They have snacks.
So I will say their front four is rough. I'm not going to root for him because fuck Cleveland. But I'm kind of interested to see how they're going to do this year because that defense looked real good.
Hold on. Doesn't Burrow have a losing record against Cleveland?
Yeah.
Yes, he is 1-4 against Cleveland. He can't beat Cleveland.
Listen,
he just can't.
Nico, I don't know what the fuck you're laughing about. Like, I'm going to defend James here. Historically speaking, when we were growing up, the Yankees were the most dominant fucking franchise in the world. They couldn't win in Tampa Bay to save their fucking lives. So everybody's got their kryptonite.
Okay, hold on. Because every time I went to go see them, they won.
But historically, they'd lose the series just because they won the game.
Yeah.
You know what? The Yankees didn't have a winning record against Tampa for the entirety of 2007 through 2015.
Those are the only times I went.
That's my point.
Did you know in Tampa Bay didn't have a winning record throughout that time?
Exactly.
Yeah, but the Browns went 0-16 one year.
Yeah, but they're a far cry from that.
Was that the year that Joe Burrow got one?
Oh, he beat
No, that
him
was-
last year.
That was
that was before Joe Burrow.
that was Baker's first year. It was either Baker's first year or whoever the fuck it was before
It was
that.
the year leading up to Baker, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought because Baker was the first overall.
Okay, Baker was supposed to be the answer, yeah. Because that was the year the Giants drafted Saquon. So yeah, 2018. So it had to have been 2017.
Okay. Well, I'll get off of this, James, 'cause I know you're hurting. Falcons
Is an understatement.
Panthers. I mean, it was a cool game.
Falcons didn't utilize Bijan for being an 8th overall pick.
Right. And
Did you see Hayden Hurst yeeted CJ Stroud's first Bryce Young's first touchdown?
Yep, I did
Yes.
see that.
Bryce
Yeah,
Young
he
looked like a
yeeted it.
rookie quarterback. Other than that, I mean, it's a battle for teams that aren't going to compete. They're both bad. The South is the Saints division to lose. And then my fucking the bane of my existence, the Eagles and Patriots game. Yeah, the Eagles got the dub, and they looked terrible. The only reason they got that win is because the defense had 2 takeaways that led to points. 1 pick six, and then 1 fucking pick at the 23-yard line where Jalen Hurts just threw a fucking corner route to Devontae Smith and called it a day. Mac Jones is a bitch, by the way. He
What
just
do you
fucking
mean?
he just whines all the fucking time. You watch him play, he's fucking crying 24-7. I have never in my life seen a grown ass man bitch as much as Mac Jones did.
Did you ever watch Tom Brady?
Yes. Regularly, and that's my point.
Huh.
Mac Jones is a bitch. And then finally, like what I would consider outside of Monday night's game, I think that the Thursday night game was like the marquee game of the week because the Lions announced that they are fucking here for real.
Yeah.
And I'm also gonna throw the Lions up for like probably top 3 jerseys in the NFL because I fucking love them shits.
What, they're
get behind
gray?
that.
The gray with the fucking
Yeah,
powder
dude, the
blue?
gray with the powder blue, dude. Sign me up.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for fucking like charcoal jerseys, anyways. But add the powder blue, I'd fuck it.
Fair.
But like, you know that Jared Goff has like the NFL's longest streak without interception. Did you guys know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised, honestly.
It just tells you what happens when people go to Detroit. They become fucking invisible.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure people in the Rams didn't even know Matt Stafford was a good quarterback because he was with the fucking Lions just tearing it up.
Yeah.
It's probably the most fair thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. They're a ghost organization. Owned by a Ford.
What are you going to do?
They're
So-
bad. I mean, they're going to beat the Chiefs. What they're going to do. I love their coach, too. I can't think of his fucking name. I love him.
Campbell
Oh, dude. He's fucking raw.
and is.
Big fan. Dude eats nails for breakfast.
So give me a player that's a winner of the week and a player that's a loser of the week.
Kirk Cousins and Joe Burrow.
Okay. What?
What?
Which one's which, dummy? And
Kirk
why?
Cousins? No, I can't give it to Kirk.
Yeah, I was going to say
But-
Kirk lost.
Joe, simply because he signed a $55 million deal, $55 million per deal, and didn't put up 100 yards.
Okay.
And then winner, easily, Tua Tagovailoa.
Fuck you.
Trav?
Well, I was going to say Tua. Just
Fair.
not necessarily for the stats he put up, just for like getting through, 48 minutes of football without a concussion. That's pretty cool.
And doing what he did after having 7 concussions last year.
Yeah. Honestly, my winner of the week is going to go back to the game, the Chiefs and Lions. Jared Goff, he is 2-0 versus Patrick Mahomes.
Good for him.
And he also is the Ollie's bargain outlet Ryan Gosling, so that's 2 victories as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And the big loser of the week is going to be Kenny Pickett, man. People were coming in expecting him to be like the fucking next thing in Pittsburgh, and he just isn't. At least not from what I've seen. I don't think Pittsburgh's even going to be relevant in that division.
That's fair.
What about you, James?
My winner of the week is going to be Zach Wilson.
Okay.
He has won the opportunity to determine what the rest of his career is going to look like. There's an opportunity now to be that guy in New York. I don't think he's going to fulfill it. I don't think he's going to do a good job. And I think they're going to find somebody off the street to come take his spot. But he won the opportunity to pretty much revive his career and be a starter in the NFL. And loser is going to be Darius Toney.
Ha!
Because-
Fans.
Because, bruh, how the fuck you gonna drop 3 passes and cost your team a game and then delete your Twitter just to troll the Giants on another social media platform? Like, it's cool, dude. But if you can't handle the heat, stay out of the fucking kitchen. Here's an idea. Instead of fucking playing around on fucking Instagram, head out to the field, grab the jugs machine, and learn how to catch a fucking football. No place to troll anybody. You're a fucking loser.
Yeah.
That's my winner and losers for the week.
That's fair.
Good.
All right. Well, that concludes the NFL. We're going to move on to the minor leagues now. And we're going to talk the newest top 25 in the AP poll and why it's fucking stupid. Be right back. Thank you for listening to that beautiful transition. We are now going to talk what I consider to be the minor leagues of football. I know we have the USFL and the XFL. However, there's more talented people in college football, and that's okay. The new top 25 came out after what would be a relatively, I don't want to call it topsy-turvy, but for week 2, a lot of stuff happened that I don't necessarily agree with. I know James doesn't agree with, and Nico doesn't watch college football, so it's irrelevant. So going through this fucking thing sucks. Don't they have the one that has the fucking where they moved?
Is that not it?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. What is this? Why is this? What is this? Why is this? The whole top third of the fucking screen is. Fuck the internet, bro. Honestly. All right, there. Okay, cool. So we have Georgia remaining at number 1, Michigan remaining at number 2, Florida State jumping up to number 3 because Alabama lost, and then Texas coming up 7 motherfucking spots to number 4.
Called it.
Yeah, but that's bullshit.
None of this makes any sense.
It doesn't. Like Ohio State won. They're 2-0 and they drop spots each week. USC is 3-0 and they don't move into the top 4. Texas beats Alabama, who quite frankly was an overrated Alabama, and they jump 7 fucking spots, dude. Like Tennessee won and dropped 2 spots to number 11. I don't get it. Notre Dame moves up, and who the fuck have they played?
I couldn't tell you.
I can tell you, Navy and fucking like Grambling State or some bullshit like that.
Ball State, I believe, is who it was.
No. Ball State is this week's matchup for Georgia.
Oh, congratulations, Georgia, on your
Well, they played
123rd
NC
ranked
State.
strength of the schedule. Listen, I don't want to hear shit. Okay, listen, ESPN, if you're listening, I know you're not, but if you are, you need to get your fucking shit together. Please tell me how your fucking football power index has Alabama at 1.
Yeah.
How? They just lost to Texas. Clearly, they're not number 1. Not to mention, who the fuck have they played? Like, come on.
They have Syracuse in the top 20.
They do. They have Ohio
Syracuse
State
is
as
the-
number 2.
For what?
The football power
In the-
index.
Yeah.
Exactly, my point.
Yeah.
How?
Syracuse is higher than ranked teams.
You know what's wild? Look at this. So
What is happening?
they have Alabama as number 1, but then they have a projected win-loss of 10-3. How is that the number 1 team in the country? I don't understand this. Maybe it's part of like a level of math that we don't understand.
It has to be.
It's something. I'm here to tell you. It makes zero fucking sense. College football rankings, fucking stupid. Okay?
Yeah.
Listen, maybe my bias showing here, but Ohio State is 2-0. They started off in the top 4.
Hold on.
Fuck?
Where is Colorado ranked?
Colorado.
No, like actually in the
in the actual
the power.
the actual
In the actual,
big
yeah.
boy. Colorado's 18.
18. Go back to the power index.
Dude,
'Cause
North
I'm pretty
Carolina
sure I
dropped
just-
3. For what? Okay. Go to the power
I'm pretty
index?
sure I just saw Colorado at like 50,
Right here, yeah.
60.
I had to scroll for a bit, yeah.
They are projected to go 6-6, and they are 2-0 at the moment.
Correct.
Make it make sense.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. I mean, you got Colorado jumping 4 spots. I mean, granted, they beat TCU and then they beat Nebraska, which Nebraska's like bad, weren't they? I mean, they're, I don't know. And then Ole Miss beat Tulane. That
Tulane
knocks,
dropped out. I think.
yeah, that knocks Tulane out of the top 25. Iowa moves in. UCLA,
Moved in.
Washington State, Miami beat. Who the hell they beat? I talked about that game last week, dude. What the fuck, man?
I don't know.
It was a big matchup. I talked
Miami
about
plays
it.
Colorado this week. Oh, it was NC State.
No,
No, it wasn't
A&M.
Texas A&M.
A&M.
Yeah, it was A&M. And I talked about that, and I said they were going to win and get ranked, but that's fine. Like, Duke stays at 21, but I don't understand, like, why does North Carolina drop 3 spots after winning, and Colorado jumps up 4 spots, and Ole Miss jumps up 4 spots after winning? It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
None of this shit makes sense.
Like
Sometimes I'm wondering.
Obviously, like you said, though, it's got to be some level of something that we don't get,
Yeah.
because there is no reason that any of this makes
Because you
sense.
think if anybody, and now this is just me spitballing here, but if you're going strictly by the eye test, right? You'd think if anybody in the top 25 that's 2-0 is going to deserve to get moved down in the rankings, it's Utah, who fucking almost lost to a Baylor that lost to an FCS school. You know what I mean? And they just stayed put. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand.
How is Alabama ahead of 2-0 teams?
I don't, because their losses to a ranked opponent is my guess.
Oh my god, dude!
Because FSU's losses to a ranked opponent.
Bias against Alabama or for Alabama needs to fucking stop.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck that Saban's your coach. I don't give a fuck that you've won how many ever national championships. I don't give a fuck. None of that means shit when you're not winning today.
Right.
Alabama does not belong in the top 10.
No, and quite frankly,
no
I
reason
think,
they're in it.
I think Alabama's the 3rd best team in the SEC. I think that Georgia and I think Tennessee are better than them.
Let's be honest. We'll never know how good Georgia is because they're playing a bunch of fucking nobodies.
Well, I mean, that's true. Well, Jalen Carter did really good for the Eagles, so I mean, he was on Georgia. But
half of fucking the Eagles were on Georgia. That's not the point.
I mean, could be a point. We have NFL rosters, one team. You know what I'm saying?
You done?
Yeah.
Let me know when you're done. Okay, thank you.
I'm done.
No, college football literally makes zero fucking sense with their rankings. You have... It just makes no sense. Honestly, makes zero sense. Right now, if we're being honest, if we're going based on strength of schedule and who they've played, who belongs in the number 1 spot? Who's the only team that's beaten a ranked team on this list right now? Or who's the only team that's beaten a fucking ranked team?
Texas and Florida State.
So if we're simply gonna sit here and base it on that, then your top 4 should be Texas, Florida State, and Colorado.
Right.
But that's why it makes zero sense. It literally does not fucking compute to me, because you have teams winning, they're dropping spots, and I get it. Ohio State played 2 close games against teams they should have blown out on paper. But they looked a lot better last week than they did the week before. Why are they dropping spots?
I can look
This
at
makes
how people
no fucking sense.
individually voted for this, and it is all over the fucking place. Like this Audrey Doggin girl. She has Georgia number 1, Florida State number 2, Michigan number 3, Alabama number 4 after losing to Texas.
Dog shit. They need to get who's on this committee?
It's sports writers.
Okay, so
It tells you this guy's with KRNV TV. So if I look up what the fuck that is, KRNV, Reno, Nevada. So this guy is a sports writer for the news in Reno, Nevada.
go to the other girl, the girl who had
Audrey
Bama.
Dahlgren, WLNS.
Audrey what?
Dahlgren, Lansing, Michigan. She's in. That's why, dude. Fucking moving Michigan down. She's from Lansing, fucking Michigan State. I see you, Audrey. Don't fucking think I'm not onto you. Let's go with a fucking weird name. Let's check out Kirk Bowles. Kirk Bowles is from the Austin American Statesman newspaper. This is my kind of guy. Michigan number 1, Georgia number 2, Florida State number 3, Texas number 4. But that's bullshit.
Audrey Dahlgren went to, or Audrey Dahlgren went to Michigan State
Yeah,
University.
of course she fucking did. Yeah. So they have. Well,
Does she have
this
Ohio
guy
State
has
at 11?
No.
Yeah.
This guy does. This Kirk Bowles guy. He's in Texas. That's brutal. Moving Ohio State to 11. I mean, but that's the problem. So the problem is that there isn't really a fucking system. So each one of these people gets a vote, and there's a point system, and then so that's what determines it. Basically, whoever gets the most points is number 1, second most points is number 2, third, and so on. So that's literally how it fucking works. This dude works for the Charleston fucking Gazette Mail edition. Who gets their fucking news in the mail? Nobody. And this guy gets a vote in the fucking top 10 or top 25. Are you fucking kidding me?
Did you just stick your mic down your throat for that?
I put my hands over it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a similar effect. That's wild.
That is very wild.
Charleston, South Carolina, not too big of a town. Gazette, paper, mail edition. There has to be 47 people reading that fucking paper. And this dude gets a vote.
In it for the fucking comics, and they're in it for the fucking ads.
Or they're 137, James. Who the fuck you can get the funnies on the fucking goddamn internet?
Fucking read the paper.
If you're reading the paper, you are over 80.
They're just getting it now so they can save it and use it as wrapping paper for Christmas.
That
is all these people are doing.
I remember when I was like in college, something like that. They announced something, and my grandmother cut out the portion of the paper that like wrote it and gave it to me. And I was just like, "Where did you get this?" And she's like, "The paper." And I'm like, "You pay for the paper?" She's like, "How else would I get my news?" And I just like turned on the TV.
Right.
And I was
we
like,
live in the age of digital media.
Check this
Funny
out.
story. There's this website called News Junkie.
Yeah, well, I wasn't gonna get her on a phone.
That's for the north.
When you're done sending me fucking Farmville invites on Facebook, I'll show you how that works.
Oh my god, don't talk about that age.
So
Farmville was Facebook was nothing but Farmville for like a year.
Yeah, that's what it was like back in my day.
Yeah.
And Habbo Hotel. Anyways,
right.
We're going to none of this means anything or makes any sense anymore. Like it means nothing now.
No.
They're losing their credibility.
Yeah.
And there's a committee that picks the playoff teams. So let's be honest here. This is just a bunch of fucking news reporters thinking they're having a say in what happens in college football.
Yeah, and they literally like, what is it? Is it week 8 they start doing the college football poll, the playoff poll?
Yeah.
And so like they literally will change the rankings based on that. So like the AP poll matters for the first 8 weeks, and then after that, once the college football poll comes out, like that's all that matters. They don't even worry about the AP rankings. They're like, yeah, fuck you guys.
Can you go back to that Audrey check and see if she has Michigan State in the top 25? No, I'm just genuinely curious.
No, I still see Tulane on there though, so credit.
I seen the Tulane logo and I was like,
I thought it was too. I thought it was too. I was like, no way, she's got little brother. All right, so they're honestly next week or this week for matchups kind of sucks. I mean, you got Tennessee at Florida. That'll be a good game.
Alabama at USF.
Yeah, USF's always a fucking nuisance. They're playing in Raymond James Stadium, which we all know how I feel about that place.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about that last week. If you haven't listened to it yet, go on our TikTok at Short Fat Bald Pod. You'll hear it.
There's no way you can't.
Colorado State is going to be the game day.
I like
10
that.
p.m.
Yep.
Yeah.
10 p.m. Cam the Ram. That's like it.
Ooh, that's late.
Yeah, well, it's fucking.
They're out
west,
west,
buddy. They're 8 o'clock
Yeah.
kickoff.
7 o'clock.
No, Colorado's 2 hours behind us.
Oh, you said okay. You said West Coast. I just immediately.
I said
think
out
3
west
hours.
is actually what I said.
Yeah. Ready? Upset special this week. This is the week Georgia loses.
Georgia loses to fucking South Carolina, who got beat by UNC.
On it now.
Okay, if you're right on this,
Upset
I
special.
promise. If you are correct on this, I will take you to fucking whatever that really nice restaurant is in the mall up in Syracuse, like Texas de Brazil.
Oh.
Ooh,
On me, if you're right about that.
Oh.
meat sweats.
Yeah, the meat sweats.
Here for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Am
I got
here
you.
for it.
I got you.
It's my upset special of the week right there.
Okay.
It's going to be the week Georgia goes down. They're going to lose by like 3 or 4.
Now here's
And
my.
then you know where they're going to drop to? They're going to drop to fucking 7.
Yeah.
And Ohio State's going to drop to 9, even after a fucking blowout win, because that's what's going to
Notre
fucking
Dame's
happen.
going to get moved to the top 4. My upset special, my upset watch, is Texas. Wyoming is. They're annoying. And they're coming off a big high of winning in Tuscaloosa. Might have their eye off the ball. Might be eyeing getting into Big 12 season, you know. Wyoming's there. They're fucking tough.
Yeah, Logan Wilson's alma mater.
Yeah. God bless them. Oh,
I
boy.
don't know if I have a.
Oh, you know who also went to Wyoming?
Who?
Fucking Rumbler.
Who?
Josh Allen.
He did?
Yeah, he's from Wyoming.
What? Nuh-uh.
University of Wyoming, 2015 to 2017.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Fucking ride 'em Cowboys. Where he was a bowl MVP.
Yeah, he was.
Dude, Wyoming is like... I wish I would have gone to that school.
Nico, you got an upset special for the week,
Look at
buddy?
this fucking stadium.
I don't know. Scroll back through the rankings again so I can see.
Yeah.
I want you to pick an upset special, and if you're right,
Texas de Brazil.
Yeah.
On James.
you'll have to give me a week to take out a loan, but yeah.
Are we only picking top?
No.
Top what?
25.
Okay, top 25.
If an unranked team beats an unranked team, it's not really an upset.
Do 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 do. Boom, boom. What do you got?
LSU falls again.
Mississippi State. All right.
Mississippi State.
All right. You heard it. You heard it here, folks. But actually, this isn't even the one that I wanted to show you, James. Check out. Have you seen Utah Stadium?
I don't think so.
Dude, it's fucking. Are you kidding me? Look at that. That's real.
It's gorgeous.
That's
It's
fucking
gorgeous.
real.
Dude,
Those mountains look painted on like Bob Ross did them.
that looks.
What's the baseball field?
The one in Salt Lake City.
Maybe that's the one.
This one.
Oh,
No.
Oh, Appalachian
Oh.
State.
App State. That's who it is. Yes. That baseball field. I just want to take ground balls there.
Yeah, this
oh my god.
Let me take ground balls at App State's baseball field.
in October.
October.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Absolutely.
Like, what's funny is
That
it looks
point-
so beautiful from this angle, but then when you're on the field, it's like,
Well, that's like halfway through winter already.
that's the season of the sticks, baby. Shout out Noah Khan.
Like, I'm just. Oh,
Baseball in the mountain.
let me play there,
Yeah.
and then
Like
do
late
it.
September.
Columbus Day weekend.
I'm talking October
Columbus Day
15th.
weekend.
October 15th. Was it your wedding day?
No, that was October 1st.
Oh yeah, you were the week before.
Shout
me.
out to my wife who's not listening. No. Give me, just lather me in pumpkin puree and let me field some ground balls there mid-October.
I'm just
let me do
picturing
it.
you on the bench just with like a fucking shitty can opener. Just like, what are you doing?
I'm imagining the scene from Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, just like, what are you doing? Don't worry about it. You're just fucking coating yourself in pumpkin.
No. Do you remember that fucking vine of the little baby sitting on the kitchen table just covered in peanut butter?
Yes. James is out at
Does that feel
shortstop
good?
just dripping
Does that
fucking
feel
pumpkin
good?
puree.
Does that feel good?
Oh my god.
Ooh,
That's
looks
almost
even better at night.
That's spooky.
That is very,
Ooh,
very spooky.
put Michael Myers out in left field and just have him stand behind a tree.
Oh, that's my
What's that?
favorite TikTok channel. Michael Myers of Decatur.
Yep.
All right.
Decatur, Illinois, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna finish off on our week 2 predictions for the NFL. I am taking the Birds for Thursday night. What are you guys doing?
Hey, Jetta scores with 1 minute left to seal it for the Vikings.
I gotta
Give me
dead
the
at-
Vikings in a thriller.
I gotta take notes because I gotta hold us accountable so we can talk about all season how good we are.
Oh, let's just start keeping track.
I'm going to. What do you see me doing,
Oh,
James?
okay. Oh, my bad.
Give me the Vikings in a thriller.
Not so fast, my friends. Vikings, but closer than the experts think. God bless Lee Corso. What do you have, James? What do you take?
I said to give me the Vikings. Jay Jetta scores with 1 minute left.
Jesus, guys. All right. Packers Falcons. I think that's a pretty easy one, but it's in Atlanta. Green Bay giving 2.
I'm gonna
Packer
take
bet.
the Pack. I think that's pretty unanimous.
Packers by 20.
Packers by 20. The one meme with like the cigarette. Fucking Falcon, Draken. I don't care. Packers by 20. Raiders versus the Buffalo Josh Allens.
I will take.
In
It's
Buffalo.
at home. Yeah, it's at home. Give me the Bills.
Over under's 47. I might take the over.
I'd take the under because the Raiders only put up 16 against the Broncos.
Nah, bro.
Give me the Raiders.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Las Vegas fighting Jimmy Garoppolo's.
This is the beginning of the end in Buffalo.
Is that what you wish? Do you just not like Buffalo?
He's only doing that because
I
his
like
wife's a Bills fan.
I like Buffalo. I root for Buffalo. But
Because his wife's a Bills fan.
it's one of those things where I think Josh is in his own head, and I think it's going to take a couple weeks.
Bengals Ravens. I'm going Ravens.
Give me the Ravens.
I'll take the Bengals.
Cool.
Um,
I can't do it. Travis, go back. Give me the Bengals.
I was gonna say there's
can't
no
do it. I
way
can't.
you're not taking your own team.
I can't do it.
Seahawks at Lions.
Lions by 37.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lions.
Wow.
Lions
Yeah,
by
Lions.
fucking whatever a mountain would be in terms of numbers.
7.
Titans hosting the Chargers.
Chargers.
Bolt up, baby. Bolt up.
I'm gonna go Titans.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Going across the country, 1:00 start. Lag from the fucking shootout they had with the Dolphins.
No way.
Yeah, but you're a fucking homer.
Actually ends in a no.
Bears, Buccaneers, I genuinely don't know who to pick. I mean, I'm going to pick the Bears because I hate Tampa Bay, but if I was unbiased, wouldn't know who to pick.
Give me Tampa Bay Baker Fields.
The Tampa Bay Bakerfields.
Baker Mayfields. You cut me off, so I stopped saying what I was going to say.
Who are you taking shortstop?
I'm taking the Bears.
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 The Bears.
Chiefs Jags. Surprisingly, Chiefs only giving 3 in on a road trip into Duval.
Me the Jags.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, triple Jags pick. Let's go, Jag Duval. Fucking right. The Jags are one of those teams that I like want to like coddle and hold because like they've just been bad for so long. And also,
Yep.
I have like a weird affinity for them because I got to work with people who work for the Jags, and one of my fraternity brothers from school works for the Jags, and just a lot. I'm very, very emotional with.
You know what,
Jags
though?
success.
If you didn't love the Jags at their Gardner Minshew, you can't love them at their Trevor Lawrence.
I did love them at their Gardner Minshew.
I love them at the Gardner Minshew, yeah.
Minshew Mania was
Minshew
real.
Mania was real.
Colts at Texans. Indy giving 1.
Texans are going to Texan. Give me the Colts by 10.
Give me Anthony Richardson by 10. Got it.
Give me the Texans.
The Tejans.
Houston, CJ Strouds.
I'm taking the Anthony Richardsons. Wow. 49ers at Rams. I don't think that's really up for debate for me. I'm taking
No, I'm taking the Niners. The 49-34s.
49-34, baby.
You know what? I'll do it. Give me the fucking Rams.
You're fucking so stupid. This is a competition, James. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Giants at the Cardinals. Give me the Cardinals. Fucking
Nope. I can't do it.
I'm kidding.
Oh.
I'm taking the Giants, but I if I didn't know the underlying books of the Giants game, I would pick the Cardinals, but I know that game was not representative of what the score was.
Yeah, I'm going to take Giants. Gotta.
Yeah, it's the Giants.
Nico, you would have picked the fucking Giants anyways.
No.
You'd pick the Giants if they were playing the fucking Niners. Giants, dude, they have a chance.
No, I wouldn't. I'm not fucking delusional.
Jets at the Cowboys. Dallas giving 8.5.
Cowboys.
Bro, I wish I lived in Arlington, bro. NFL game for $49. Sheesh.
And they're playing the Jets.
So?
All they did was take the one off the front when Aaron Rodgers' Achilles snapped.
Yeah, that's probably true. Jerry Jones is like, fuck.
The pop heard around East Rutherford.
Yeah. I'm going Cowboys.
Yeah,
It's not.
Yeah, give me Dallas.
You like laying under a pillow right now?
Me?
Yeah.
No?
Oh, shit.
He's eating his
James.
fucking M&M's again.
Did you take the Cowboys?
I did take the Cowboys.
Okay. Commanders at Broncos. Denver giving 3.5.
Commanders.
Broncos.
Really going to take Russ Wilson?
I'm going to go Commanders too.
I was gonna say.
Broncos country is not riding.
The Commanders just barely beat a really bad Arizona team.
The Broncos are still the Broncos.
The Broncos lost to a very bad Las Vegas team.
Not to mention Jerry Judy's going to be out. So
Right.
I really want to call him Judge Judy every time I say his name.
I wish he'd get that nickname.
Me too.
Me? Sunday night special, Dolphins at Pats.
Pat. Or, no, sorry.
I was like,
Without
what?
question. Sorry.
I mean, I'm taking the Pats because I think that defense is good, but Nico's taking the Fins.
Taking the Fins too. Tua throws for 500
against the Pats.
Yeah,
no,
bro, you're actually tripping. You didn't watch the game, did you?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, that defense is no joke. Over there, they're a top 5 defense. How the fuck did we get Saints Panthers as a Monday night game? Fuck me, that sucks. Anyways, Saints at the Panthers.
Give me the Panthers.
Saints.
Okay. Final matchup of the week. Browns at Pittsburgh.
Give me the Cleveland massage parlor.
Ow.
Yeah, I'll take the Myles Garretts.
Yeah. If they play like they did against Cincy, Kenny Pickett's career is about to be done.
Everybody's taking the Browns.
Yep. We've got a few that we all agreed on.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
See, before we get off of this, somebody put in a 16 leg for all of the NFL
I
games.
saw, and they lost in the Vikings.
Yep.
They lost in the fucking Vikings.
It was like It was like $5 to win fucking. I want to say like 10 grand or something.
It's absolutely tragic.
Can we get a welfare check on that, man?
There was another guy that did the exact same thing, but he did it on all the over-unders. And he hit them all going into last night.
Cash out. I'd cash out.
Yeah, it was. No, that was a $5 bet, and his cash out at the time before last night's game was 7,000, like 7,300 and change.
I'm hitting cash out
And
so
then
quickly.
Yeah.
The over under. He picked the under on last night's game at 43.5.
So he won.
Yeah,
Wow.
it ended up being like 16 grand, I think, on a $5 bet.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I see cash out on anything over $5,000, I'm hitting it.
If I see cash out on anything over 500, I'm fucking hitting it. What do you mean? I don't ever bet more than $10.
Right.
Speaking of which, I gotta check on something.
Oh boy.
Come on, Reds! seven games out, baby. They got a chance.
Boys,
Yes.
give me something you learned this weekend with football, and then something you learned here tonight. Not all at once.
I'll go. Regarding football, I learned that Jim Harbaugh is just a football dude. I don't know if you guys saw it, but he went and did the chain gang for his 10-year-old son's Pop Warner game while he was on suspension. And that's really cool. And also, given that he was suspended, another little fun fact, another really cool guy thing, Jim Harbaugh rescinded for one day. I know it's a technicality, but he rescinded his head coaching duties. And then Mike Hart was the official head coach, and that makes him the first African-American head coach in Michigan history. It's a little fun fact for you guys, a little tidbit, a little history being made over the weekend. And then what I learned today is that as much as I made fun of the Giants, that game was more of like a Murphy's Law than it was a true domination of the Cowboys.
Yeah. Anything that could have gone wrong happened to the Giants this weekend.
Right. I mean,
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say fuck Blue. But Harbaugh's a good dude.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
He's one of the good guys in the sport.
I like it.
All right, Nico, what you got?
Regarding football, let's see. The Giants need to address their issues on their front line because they haven't in the last 8 years, and it's not Daniel Jones' fault, and it's being blamed on him. And then what I learned tonight is that I need to actually get into college football, or I am just going to be silent every time we talk about it.
What?
What?
It's a valid point.
What did he wait? What say it again? Because I was scrolling through Facebook.
Pay attention. I said I really need to get into college football, or else I'm just going to be silent every time we talk about it.
Yeah, it's good football to watch, man.
I'm not saying it's not. But like when I watch something, I want to have the volume, and I just can't do that when I'm at work.
I used to.
I know, because you always put it on your. We always put it on your computer or on that friggin' over the hood tablet thing.
Yeah, so put it on the put it. Bring a laptop.
Dude, my laptop is shot. I need to do something.
Well, then do
different.
something.
You also need to invest in a cheap Amazon mic at the minimum, because I'm tired of hearing you eat fucking M&Ms in my ear.
Okay, I didn't
Right.
fucking eat any during the recording, so I don't want to hear it.
Well,
Okay.
you should still be courteous. Anyways, what I learned this weekend is when it comes to football, no matter the fact that you recently the ink hasn't even dried on a contract paying you $250 fucking million, 55 per, you can still play like absolute dog shit.
275.
You done? Okay, thanks. And tonight I learned that, like points on Whose Line Is It Anyway, college football rankings are all made up and none of it actually fucking matters.
Nice. Travis, stop scrolling.
I'm not scrolling.
All right.
Is that the end of James's rant?
That's
Yeah.
all I got.
That's it.
I didn't rant. Very
I mean,
upset
you
that my
kind of
quarterback
did.
played like shit.
You just
Listen.
hit the AP top 25 with where the points are made up or where the rules are made up and the points don't matter. That's what you just fucking did. Like,
Yeah.
don't
No,
think
that's
that
exactly
didn't
what it
slip.
is. No.
Yeah, that was great. He did say, like, whose line is it anyway?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. College football rankings are a fucking joke. All a fucking joke. It makes zero
week 8,
sense.
Up until week 8, they are.
Yeah.
Once the committee gets involved, they're usually pretty good.
AP though, the AP top 25 don't mean shit. Fuck you guys.
Also,
y'all.
while we're sitting here, doing it,
Mhm.
why don't we decide now what the winner at the end of the at the end of the NFL season gets for most correct picks?
We want to do a winner, or do we want to do what the loser does?
We could do what the loser does, like a pie to the face or some shit.
Oh, I have it. We can record it.
What is it?
Use it for content. So, at the end of this, the loser next spring has to caddy for the other two for 18 holes. I'm not talking like you just show up. I'm talking you get a white jumpsuit. We make patches with the winner's last name on the back. You walk around in a white suit like you're at the fucking Masters. And caddy.
You're gonna white
the
suit
other
caddy
two.
in the
Yes.
spring. That's the worst time to white suit anything.
Exactly my point. And we record the ever-loving shit out of it.
This is ridiculous.
I like it.
That's fair.
It's fine because if I lose, you can't find a fucking white suit overall that fits me. So good, I win. Like even if I
Dude,
lose,
well, fucking make one.
You'll still have to caddy for me.
that's fine.
No, he caddies for the loser caddies for the two winners.
Yeah, but Nico,
You know,
We're
wins.
not making them walk though, because fuck walking 18.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're not walking.
No.
Oh, God, no.
All right, that's a deal. I'll do that.
I want it to be a punishment, not a death sentence.
Dude, I barely get through walking 9 on my own, let alone fucking walking 18 with you two.
We gotta do.
I can
We gotta
barely get
do.
through.
We gotta do something quick though too, like a little punishment at the end of the season, and then we'll be like, "Hey, remember we agreed to this in March," and then bring it back up.
Oh yeah. We got to come up with a spreadsheet for this.
Maybe somebody does a blazing challenge.
Chip challenge.
Ooh.
The one chip challenge? That's fucking brutal, dude. I don't want to do that.
I have those in
No.
Watertown.
I know they
Come
do.
on.
Yeah, I know.
Chip challenge. Let's fucking do it.
No.
If you want to do that, I'll call in a favor from my cousin. Not to
I
make that sound like a
like to go to
fucking-
work and not shit myself, so I'm not
We're
doing it.
we're,
with
Right.
you.
we're trying to eat something spicy, not hide a body, Nico. Relax.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
my
bada
cousin,
bing,
my
bada
cousin,
boom.
Hey,
my cousin is a
let me-
drop shipper for a hot sauce company.
Let me tell
He
you,
has a pure capsaicin extract that he ships.
Nico's. We're over here talking what we're gonna do with the loser, and Nico's like, "Let me call my cousin Tony. We'll just get rid of him. Won't have a loser no more. Not one."
My cousin's a drop shipper for a hot sauce company. And
That's code.
I just
No, it's
assumed your
not.
whole
It
family
is
worked at
not
Olive
code.
Garden.
it is not code.
His whole family works at Renzi's.
True.
To be fair, my sister does too.
What percentage of your family was at the Italian American Bravo Italiano Festival?
Honestly, not as many as I thought there would be. So probably only like 10%.
So 500
Also,
people.
for any of our listeners, if you want to know what it's like to live, at least somewhat, to grow up Italian, go check out Nonna Pia on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's like as close as you'll ever get. Go watch Nonna Pia.
I-
Specifically, watch the Sauce Day. Because that is some shit
day,
that
sauce day is a real thing.
Sauce Day's a real thing. It reminds me of my grandma. I got really emotional. But yeah,
Sauce day is a real thing. It starts at 9 a.m. The sauce finishes about 3 p.m. and then everybody comes over for something again.
yes.
Not gonna lie to you, I found her through Chef Reacts, and
Yeah, because he's like, she gets,
I'm happy I
what
did.
do you give her, like 3,000 out of 10? He's like,
yeah, yes,
Nonna Pia.
love
Nonna
Nona Pia.
Pia is a national treasure.
She is.
Yes, she needs to be protected at all costs.
Absolutely.
But yeah, guys, that concludes everything that we've been talking about today. Be sure to follow us. We have new social medias now. You can always go to our link tree, which is linked to the podcast, as well as all the other places we are found, like iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Castbox, Radio Public. We are also on YouTube. We are on TikTok. We are on Instagram. We are on X, formerly known as Twitter. All the same tag at Short Fat Bald Pod. Be sure to check us out. Be sure to share with your friends. Be sure to leave a review. Every single review on the whatever it's called, the podcast network, helps other people find us that aren't necessarily aware that we exist, and it helps us grow. So we appreciate you guys. We will catch you next week with some more antics, and enjoy the rest of your week.
Arrivederci.
Blah.